everyone. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Almost Thanksgiving break here, which is crazy to think about. And before you know it, it'll be the Christmas holidays. But today we're back with another episode on the NR Hour NR Media Sports Show alongside with my co-host Jeremy Fishman. Go check him out. He does some great stuff. And then Jason from River at 161. Go check him out. He's always on YouTube Live, giving all the Yankees rumors to all the Yankees fans out there. And this is the best time of the year to follow Jason because he'll give you every second, every update, every rumor about not only Yankees, other teams also. So go check him out. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. Yankee fans, you got to tune in here. Buckle your seatbelt. We got a big guest today. We're going to continue the trend of Yankees prospects. It seems like here on the show. But before I introduce today's guest, fans, please tune in on our speaker app on my phone where you can ask questions to today's guest. And without further ado, we got Chase Hampton, Yankees pitching prospect, currently pitching for Somerset Patriots. He started the year at Hudson Valley Renegades, and he got the call up to Somerset after having a great year at Hudson. And towards the middle of the year, he went to Somerset, and he didn't disappoint. He had a great year. He went 4-3 with a 3.63 ERA, 145 strikeouts. This guy's legit. Yankee fans, tune in. Like I said, we got some pretty good prospects here in the system. So, Chase, welcome to the show. And like I said, thank you for joining. How are you and your family doing today? Welcome to the family.
Yes, sir, man. I'm glad to be here. It's very exciting to do this, man. It's my second one ever, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I saw your speaking of the your other interview. We're pretty good friends with Julian and Sandy. So that was a great show. I checked that out, and you did a great job on that. And so good job on that.
Thank you. Yeah, it was my first podcast. I didn't really know what I was expecting, but it was fun, man. I really enjoyed it.
Oh wow, yeah. So Jason or Jeremy, you guys want to? Either one of you want to start it off here?
Go ahead, Jeremy. Take it away.
All right, here we go. Thank you, Chase, for coming on. We appreciate it a ton. So I want you to tell us what got you into baseball, and then kind of take us through your journey through the sport up until you got drafted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of got thrown into it at 4 years old. My older brother, he's 23, but he was I think he was 6 at the time, or maybe 5. I couldn't really remember. But he was down a player, and they needed a guy, and I was in the stands, and he just picked me up, threw a jersey on me, and I was ready to rock, and I just started playing ever since. But I mean, the journey to get here, man, it took a lot. You know, coming from a small town, you don't really get looked at. You know, I only had 3 offers coming out of high school, and just luckily I found the best home for me, and that was Texas Tech. And you know, they made me the pitcher I am today. And I mean, I couldn't even tell you how I got here. Honestly, it's a crazy story, crazy life, man. I enjoy it.
Texas is known for producing some of the greatest baseball players, especially pitchers. You got Nolan Ryan, you got Roger Clemens, some of the biggest ever come out of the Lone Star State. What is it with Texas that produces such great baseball players? Is it? I mean, I know they've got a great high school program. I mean, just all across the board in college sports as well. Is it just a huge baseball state? I mean, it's a huge college football state, but is it also a huge baseball state?
Oh, I wouldn't call it a huge baseball state. I think we're a big football state for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
We're massive for football, but I mean, I think with baseball players, there's just so many people. Honestly, there's so many travel ball teams. There's so many people. You know, you're always going and playing in like Dallas or San Antonio or Austin or Houston. You know, just big cities, and you get to a lot of, that's where all the talent's at really in those big cities. And then you go down to East Texas where I'm from, and there's a lot of guys that are really under the radar that are just ballers. I mean, they're really, really good. One of my best friends, he got drafted by the Cincinnati Reds in the 3rd round this year. He went to Arkansas, Hunter Holland. I mean, he was overlooked a lot just because, I mean, we're coming from a small town. He went to Hallsville, and I mean, he's a dog. I mean, there's no question about it. And I don't know. I think when it comes to Texas, I think it's just the state. You know, you're coming from a country state. You're kind of just like a country man, country boy. You know, it's just you're just getting down in the mud and getting it how you can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, speaking of Texas, you went to college for Texas Tech, and Texas Tech has a rich history of players being there, like Patrick Mahomes on the football side, and he played baseball too, and for a little bit, and his father played baseball for the Mets. And so, for you, what did it mean for you? Obviously, being from Texas, going to Texas Tech, and being part of Texas Tech history, and then, like it mentioned, the players they had, like Patrick Mahomes and you.
Yeah, I think it was big for me. You know, I was going to a D1 school. I mean, I never really knew anything about Tech, honestly. I was actually on the way to Tech, traveling to Lubbock, looking up like stuff about Lubbock, stuff about the baseball program. I didn't know anything about it, and when I got there, I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the staff, the coaching staff. It's very family based, and they want you. If they want you, they're going to get you, and that's how it is. And when it comes down to the history, man, I mean, Patrick Mahomes he's done whatever he could at Texas Tech. He's made his name for himself, and kind of a cool story. So Patrick Mahomes' dad was the one who called Tech and was like, "Hey, I got this guy," because he was giving me pitching lessons when I was little, when I was like 14 through like 16, 17, possibly around 18 years old too. And he called them, and my mom, I think we were traveling, we were going to Lubbock for a tournament, and my mom got a phone call from my coach, because I wasn't going until the next day. And she got a phone call, and she woke me up at like 6:30 in the morning, was like, "We got to make it to Lubbock. You got to go throw in front of Texas Tech pitching coach." I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll do it." So we went and drove 7 hours over there, and I pitched, and they liked me. I mean, just happened how it did.
Yeah, Chase, you're gonna like this. I actually Patrick Mahomes Sr. was actually on the show too. So
Really?
yeah, I had the opportunity to interview him. So I'll send you the interview of him, and I'll do vice versa. I'll send this to him, and then I'll send you his show on this show. So
For sure, I'll definitely watch it.
yeah.
As a guy in the Yankee organization, what does it mean to you seeing the ace of the staff, Garrett Cole, winning the Cy Young, as you're right about knocking on the door of the major leagues? You killed it in Double A and High A this year. So how do you feel about potentially getting to pitch with Garrett Cole and then obviously the rest of the rotation in possibly 1 to 2 years?
I mean, I'm excited about it. I mean, I'm a big learner, I'm a big watcher, and I like to listen, and that's how I learn. And when it comes to a guy that won a Cy Young, I would sit down and have a notepad with me and write every single word that he said, just because, I mean, he's done it. He's won the most prestigious award as a pitcher, and I think when it comes down to that, I mean, I would enjoy every single minute I could, just to talk to him and just watch him, really.
Love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. I wanted to ask you, are there any parts of your skill set that you're working on right now to take your performance to the next level, getting to AAA, to the majors? Are there any things that you have identified that I need to get better at?
Yeah, there's always things that pitchers are working on to make themselves better. And I think for me, it's just redefining my mechanics and making them my own, and also like learning how to repeat them as much as possible. So this offseason, I've been really working on that. I've been hands-on with our pitching coordinator and everything, and trying to figure out the best way to go about it and the best mechanics for me to repeat them for longer, over a longer career as well. And then I think the biggest thing for me is just to learn how to throw a changeup, learn to find a fifth pitch. I have 4 good pitches as it is, and I want to be the best in my head, so I want to have the fifth pitch, and I want to make it the best pitch possible.
Yeah.
Nice. If I can ask you one more thing, did you find it tough being consistent with like a release point as you went from high school to college and as towards the pros? Is that like something that's emphasized heavily at the pro level as well?
I don't think so. I think your release point is just what makes you a pitcher. Or not really makes you a pitcher, but really makes you like, it can make you stand out. If you have a lower release point and higher vertical break, then you're gonna get more missed that way, because it's a lower slot coming in, bigger number. And then when you got a higher slot coming at a lower number, it makes it even better too as well. So I don't know. That's actually a good question. I really never thought about the release point side of it, but I think for me, I've always been a low 3/4, kind of guy, and just kind of stayed there throughout my whole career.
Well, before we go any further, fans, please tune in on the Speak Rap. Ask questions to Chase Hampton. We are live on iHeartRadio, Spotify also. So fans, like I said, please tune in, ask your questions. We'll do a fan Q&A towards the end. But Chase, talk about what's it been like for you so far, being part of a historic franchise in the Yankees and developing in the minor league system with Hudson Valley, now Somerset, potentially Scranton. But what's that been like for you just to be part of this franchise so far?
I mean, it's the biggest name in baseball. I mean, it's pretty cool to be a part of that organization, and how much rich history comes along with it, and how many great players have played before me. And I think it's really awesome, honestly, because I mean, every time you think about baseball, you always think about the New York Yankees, or just along those lines. And I love it, man. I think it's pretty cool to be a Yankee. I mean, it's awesome.
So I was looking at your baseball reference page, and it seems like it's been a while since you've taken a competitive at bat. Can you talk about the transition from to a pitcher only?
Yeah. In high school, dude, I raked. I'll be honest, man. I hit pretty good in high school. Maybe not my sophomore year, but my junior and senior year, definitely. I was definitely one of the hitters for our team. But in college, they basically were just like, don't pick up a baseball bat. I was like, all right, fine. Even though I really would love to hit, but no, I mean, I kind of enjoy it. You only get to focus on one thing, and then that just makes you better.
Nice. I have a non-baseball question for you. So I don't know if you've seen the movie Chef with Jon Favreau, but they had a barbecue segment in that movie, and the barbecue segment was in Texas. How does Texas barbecue stand up to the rest of the country's barbecue? I hear a lot of good things about St. Louis, and I've done that, but I haven't had Texas barbecue. Is it legit?
It is legit. It's superior. I've had barbecue all over. I haven't had it from St. Louis or anything like that, but I mean, it's just better. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the meat, or if it's just how they cook it or anything, or the barbecue sauce that we have. I don't know what it is, but I think it's just better. And I might be biased because I'm from Texas, but I'll take that.
I heard the steaks in Texas are to die for too. So I need.
They are very good. They are very good. I make a mean steak myself too. So
grill, oven. How do you make it?
I have this little Blackstone thing because I can't have a grill here. So I have this little in kitchen Blackstone, like little electric one, and it does the job for me. It's not as good as a grill, but it definitely does what I need it to do.
Oh, why you can't have it there?
Thank you.
Because I'm on a second floor, and I can't really have a grill outside. I think I might burn the place down.
As a foodie, I thank you for that. So thank you. Oh man.
So Chase, let me ask you this. And yesterday, so especially in baseball for 162 games, you need a player. You need one specific. You need a player with a lot of energy to keep the clubhouse going and going through ups and downs. You need that type of player. And yesterday, I was with Oswaldo Cabrera, and he brings that energy to the Yankees as a player. And how important is it for, especially in baseball, to have a player that needs to be upbeat for you guys through the ups and downs through a long season?
Yeah, I think it's very important. You always need to have somebody in the locker room or in the dugout that's always upbeat and that's always excited to play. If you have a team that just doesn't want to get excited about playing, then I don't want to play for that team for myself either. And I'm not the one that's hoop hawing around, but I'm definitely up and excited for players that are doing stuff good and everything, and always keeping the energy in the locker room or in the dugout as well. So I think that's a big part of how a team wins as well. As long as you have good chemistry with your team, you're always going to play good.
I'm gonna go back to the food topic here. I'm pretty hungry. So tell us, what is your go-to pregame and postgame meal?
Ooh, okay, I'll go post game first because pregame's a little iffy. I usually, if I start on Thursdays, I'm going to B-Dubs because buy one get one. I'm going there no matter what. But on any other day, I'd probably, we're getting home late. I usually just hit like a McDonald's or something, or a Chipotle if I can even get in there, you know. But if I'm having to cook something, I would probably say either a steak or steak and rice or chicken and rice. Usually my go-tos right there. But when it comes for pre-games, I like sandwiches, man. I like sandwiches. They fill me up and they stay in there for a while as well. So I usually hit Jersey Mike's or Jimmy John's or something like that that's around.
What's your go-to sandwich order?
Oh, I changed it around. I like the Italian a lot from both places, from Jersey Mike's and Jimmy John's. But if I'm feeling frisky and I want some steak, I'll have to go with the Philly cheese from Jersey Mike's.
Wow.
That's a solid.
Get that protein in you for the recovery afterward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's right. Now, how's your do you have a particular emphasis on your your off-season routine, your off-season training to get ready for spring training and stuff? Do you have a heavy emphasis on lower body, functional stuff? How do you kind of go about your off-season training?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So I'm very big on I like to lift heavy. It's not just the fact that that I want to be stronger. It's just the fact that I feel like my body needs that to sustain that for a longer period of time. And so I usually pick about like 1 or 2 days out the week just to lift heavy, and that's usually just like Wednesdays or Saturdays or something like that. But usually, or what I do in the off season, I go to APEC and here in Fort Worth, and they take you through segments. So we had like today was big on speed, so we did a large speed segment, and then we did a power segment, and then we did a strength segment. And those all three of those are beneficial to a pitcher, as much as we don't need to run as fast as we want to as a pitcher. But I think it really helps with our like fast switch and being able to be quick on the mound as well. So I really find that beneficial with everything that we do.
Especially when you hit the ball so hard, you have to move quickly to get to it. So you're going from
You
0
do.
to 1,000,000 miles an hour like
You
that.
do.
So
You
you're
do.
triggering a fast twitch muscle fiber right away. So does that change for you during the season? Do you transition to a different type of training as
Yes,
the
sir.
season's
Yeah.
and stuff?
I usually do whatever the Yankees have for us. I know it's going to be a little bit different for me this year, going into it my second year, and having a little bit more knowledge about what I need to have throughout the season. So I'm definitely going to have a little bit of my own type of stuff that I need to do, but we usually just do whatever the Yankees do, and it's usually like two or three times a week, and it's very just kind of just getting the body moving, getting some weight up, and just moving around.
Nice.
Yeah, so Chase, can you tell our fans talk about the transition from Hudson to Somerset, and talk about Preston Claiborne? You went from Preston Claiborne as a pitcher coach to Grayson Crawford. So talk about that, their similarities and difference when it came to pitching, their coaching styles.
Yeah, I think I loved Hudson, and I loved the staff there in Hudson Valley, and Preston Claiborne really helped me out to understand how to be a pitcher in the professional atmosphere, really, and just trying to learn how to navigate, and really how to just pitch to professional hitters, and also just pitch for longer as well. Learn the game as well. And then going up to Somerset, Grayson did a great job of whenever like I asked questions, he would always have answers, but he was just a watcher and wanted me to figure out things on my own. And I'm grateful for that, because, you have to be your own coach when you're in professional baseball. And me learning that way really helped me out towards the end of the season. At first I was like, how do I, what am I doing wrong? How do I do this and that? But in reality, you have to figure it out on your own. And that helped me out on the long run. And he's been nothing but great for me. And just Somerset was tough at first. I'll tell you that. It still is tough. Double A is hard, man. It's a hard baseball game.
Yeah, just a follow up on that, and can you tell our fans why did so many teams pass up on you throughout your career, and whoever passed up on you, they missed out, man, because I think the Yankees got a good one in you. But talk about just why teams passed up on you, and you proved them wrong, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't really know all why they passed up on me, but I know towards I want to say around like April, I came down with salmonella and at my sophomore year, and that just put me like downhill. Like I lost like 15 pounds and was not doing too well, and I was getting run out there on the weekend trying to give our guys some innings, and I was just pitching terrible. Like I think I had 11 innings and like 13 walks or something like that. It was terrible, and so I mean that could have been a factor, man. That really could have been a factor. But once I sat down, with the Yankees and explained the situation and what was going on, they trusted what I was saying and they believed me and they took me whenever they took me, and I was excited for that.
As I've played throughout the years, through Little League and travel ball up until now, high school ball and summer ball, one thing that's a huge topic in the dugout is sunflower seeds or bubble gum. So tell me, are you a bubble gum or sunflower seed guy?
I like bubble gum. I think sunflower seeds just put too much work, man. You're just doing a lot of work to get a little small seed. I'd rather just chew.
You got a favorite brand of bubble gum?
Just the double bubble that's in the dugout. But I do like I like the Power 5, or not the Power 5, but the 5 gum, whatever they're called. Yeah, I don't know why I call it Power 5, but I like the 5 gum. That's good. It lasts long.
Do you chew gum during your starts at all?
I do. That's what I chew because it lasts forever. It literally it goes on forever. But yeah, it's more it's more of like a calming state for me. I feel like you don't have to. I don't know why I do it and like really the reasoning, but I just feel like it just calms me down and not to really think as much. It's just like a little little habit I have.
Cliff Lee used to do that. He was notorious for chewing gum on the mound. So that's definitely very cool. I wanted to ask you, are there any hitters that you really want to face?
Pros or minors?
Yeah. I mean minors and at the major leagues.
I want to see Harper. I want to know what that's like. I want to face Bryce Harper. I think that'd be really, really cool. That'd be cool for my family too. That'd be sick. I would say another guy that is kind of, I wouldn't say intimidating, but I would definitely think about would be Corey Seager for sure. That guy right there, he's a dog in the box. And I'd have to say for righty, I'd have to say Judge, man. I'd hate to throw against him. He's a big dude. It's a lot. You can't really mess with anywhere. He can touch every single ball, and he's a great hitter.
In like 3 or 4 years, it's either going to look really good or really bad when this video resurfaces.
Yeah.
After you get to face these guys.
I hope it goes good.
Speaking of Aaron Judge, congrats to Judge. He got his jersey retired at Fresno State this weekend. Yeah,
that's awesome. Good for him,
Judge, and he deserves it. And what a great player, man. And speaking of Judge, I mean, like maybe in 1-2 years you'll be up there, but what would it be like just to be a senior? I mean, when you go to spring training, if they invite you to spring training, you'll get to see him there. But what would it be like? How special would it be for you just to be his teammate with the Yankees?
It would be pretty special because he's our captain. But when it comes down to like that type of mindset, I would just think him as an everyday player. You can't really hold him to a high standard and try to bow to him in that sense. I would just try to just try to be friends with him as much as I can, and just be as nice as possible. And honestly, just if he has any advice, I would take it to heart. Really.
I gotta talk to you about. I gotta ask you about Ben Rice, man. This guy when we cover you guys in person, I love watching him play in person. Covering him this year, and the Rice was cooking for you guys the whole season. And talk about him and pitching to him also.
Yeah, he got hurt whenever we were in Hudson. He had a little back problem, and that definitely it kind of hurt us as a team, because he was our guy. He was our guy that was upbeat in the clubhouse, and he was always the guy you wanted to play for and always pitch to as well. And whenever he left, I was everybody's kind of down, but we ended up turn it up a little bit after that. But when I got to Somerset, he showed up. I was like, all right, that's cool. We got Ben Rice over here in Double A. I'm enjoying this. I get to throw to the guy again, and he just rakes as well. He's just a great hitter. He doesn't try to do anything special. He's very simple. He goes up there looking for one thing, and when he gets it, he hits it. And when it comes down to throwing to him, I feel like we have a good relationship. I've thrown to him enough times where he understands what I want in certain situations, and I understand what he wants in certain situations, and we kind of just both collide in that sense. And I would love him to have the behind the plate with me as long as possible.
You mentioned earlier I'm a high school athlete, currently in high school baseball, going on my senior year. Can you tell us your favorite high school baseball story?
Ooh, oh yeah. We went to state my junior year, and for Texas, it takes like 6 rounds to get to state, man. It takes so long to get there, and you're either playing best 2 out of 3 or you're playing a one and done. And our coach always did the best 2 out of 3 because that was the best chance that we had to win it all. But yeah, junior year, man, we went to it's actually kind of crazy. We played on a Friday, and I was pitching, and I had a no hitter in the 5th, but we didn't finish the 5th. So it started raining and it started storming, and so we had to stop the game. And our coach was like, "Hey, could you go back out there tomorrow?" And I was like, "I don't care. Like, yeah, we're trying to go to state for sure." So yeah, I went back out there. We finished the game, and then we had to play another game right after that, and we ended up going to state. And so I think that was pretty cool. That was probably one of the coolest moments ever, really. But I have another one. I threw a no hitter my sophomore year of high school in the 3rd round of playoffs, and it started off pretty bad too. So I think it was the first inning. One of the guys ripped it down the line, overthrows first base. He ended up making a bad decision in around second. We throw him out at third, and then they didn't get on base for the rest of the outing, and that was crazy. It was a crazy start to the game, but that was also really cool as well.
Love to hear that.
You and Jorge Gomez should start a competition with no hitters.
Yeah.
Gomez is the king of no hitters.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. I was asking some of the Yankees hitters that we've interviewed about relationship with the hitting coach. What do you look for in a pitching coach? What's the importance in a relationship between you and a hitting coach for you?
Yeah,
pitching coach.
I think for me, it comes down to the experience of what they've done. Like I feel like I could really relate to somebody who's played the game because I'm playing the game as well. So that's the reason why me and Preston were so good with each other. He could relate with me what I'm going through, and I could always come to him with questions about like what I'm going through as well whenever I'm thinking about on the mound, because he's also thought about it as well. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's what makes a really good pitching coach is doing what a player has already done, and then actually knowing about the game and actually knowing about pitching and about the mechanics side. So he was kind of like he had all three really. He was great.
It's kind of like a coach, an advisor, psychologist, mm-hmm. like being very comfortable with different personalities on the team.
Right, exactly.
That's cool. That's cool. Thank you for that.
Yes,
guys.
Talk about the day you were. I mean, the day you were when Austin Wells and Jason Dominguez got called up to the big leagues, and did you reach out to them? And where were you that day when they got called up?
I was actually there.
Oh wow!
I was actually in Houston. So whenever they shut me down, I was sitting at home, and I was like, I got told that Jason and Wells got called up. And I was like, and I called because me and Wells have the same agent, and so I called one of our guys, and I was like, hey, like, where's he having the? Are they playing in Houston? Or are they on the road? Like, what? Because I looked up the games and stuff, and he was like, yeah, he's gonna be there on Friday. And so I was like, all right, can I get 3 tickets? I'm grabbing my boys, and we're going right now. And it was on a Thursday, and so we drove down there, or it was on a Friday actually. Yeah, we drove down that Friday morning, and and we got to watch it. We got to witness it. It was awesome, dude. It was really cool. I got to see him before the game as well. I got to get out on the field and get to talk to Wells and Jason, and we got to meet a couple of the guys, and it was really cool. And seeing Jason hit a bomb off of Verlander was even cooler. I mean, it's a no doubt Hall of Famer, and he just took him yard his first AB. It was awesome.
Hey, Jason Dominguez and Wells have bright futures with the Yankees. I can't wait to see what they do next year. And speaking of being shut down, that's good you brought it up. I'm just curious, were you obviously Drew Thorpe got shut down too, but were you guys ready? Were you guys prepared to pitch in the playoffs? Were you guys ready to pitch in the playoffs, or what was the reason why they shut you down so early?
Yeah, I mean, I think mentally you're always kind of prepared to pitch in a playoff setting. I think for me, I was they knew that my body was very, very fatigued, and I was very tired going into it because my numbers were going down. And when it comes down to velo and some of the numbers that they look at, they were kind of going down. And and just about the stuff I was telling them, like how I was feeling, my body was as well. And so they just kind of took initiative and were like, hey, like we're not gonna run you out there so you hurt yourself. You know, you're healthy, you had a great year. We're just gonna send you home and just get healthy. Just rest up basically. And it definitely kind of hurt, because we were going to playoffs. I was like, dang, I really want to throw in the playoff setting and see what that's like. But at the same time, I think it was really good for my career because I mean I didn't want to go out there and I blow out a shoulder or blow out an arm and then I'm down for a year and a half or a year. So I really appreciate them taking care of me really.
Mm-hmm.
As a starting pitcher, you guys have a lot of downtime. You don't pitch every day. What is it like on your non-starts? What are you doing to keep busy? Because I know a lot of pitchers have some games that they do with other starters. So tell us.
Usually, well, whenever Thorpe got there, that's when we started having fun. Because me and him, I feel like we get along pretty well, and we just wake up, go get coffee together, and then would come back, play some Fortnite before we have to go to the field. But usually when you walk in, dude, there's a lot of blackjack and poker going on. There's a lot of that going on and playing and losing and winning money, and then you kind of just relax. You don't really think about anything. You kind of just go about your day and you just relax until your next start, so you can be energized for that start as well. We try to play golf as much as we can. Usually only on Mondays though.
What about during the games? What are you guys doing?
We're always we had a long segment of like just a bunch of riddles. Like we were asking riddles to each other and seeing if we could figure it out. And Richard Fitz would always be the one that would ask us, and we would sit there, and sometimes it would take us 2 or 3 games to figure it out. And he would just sit there and just laugh, and it was awesome, man. But we would usually just crack up jokes and just talk about what's going on in the world or what's going on like about the game. And also we'll talk about baseball, say we had a good start, we'll talk about it with who and who, and just go about, talk about what was good, what was bad, what we could do better, and just kind of learning from from other players as well.
Great.
Speaking of riddles, who's the funniest guy on the team?
Oh, funniest guy. I'd have to say Durbin. Durbin's hilarious, man. He is hilarious, dude. He knows how to make the entire team laugh just by looking at us. Like he just knows how to do it. He's just naturally funny.
Wow. Man. Love it.
So I got some fan questions in this app on my speaker app. So we'll take a couple fan questions here, and the first question from one of our fans, they wanted to know who was your favorite pitcher. Which pitcher do you look up to? They want to know.
The most, I would say Clayton Kershaw. That's one I've watched most of the time. Even though he's a lefty and we have nothing similar, he's just the one I've always just watched and I've always admired, and I just love his game, the way he does it.
Yeah. Another fan question is who's your favorite football team in football NFL?
Cowboys. Easy.
Let's go.
Easy.
I'm a big Cowboy fan also.
There we go. Cowboys for the win. I hope we figure it out this year. We have the team for it.
Yeah, they won yesterday, and then this Thursday we got the Commanders. So hopefully, they can Hopefully,
It's a quick bounce back, but we'll be fine. We'll be good.
another fan question here. They want to know if you were not playing baseball, what would you be doing now?
Man, if I wasn't playing, I would definitely still be in the game because I love it and I kind of understand what's going on. So I'd probably do whatever I could to be a pitching coach somewhere like a college or even in the professional atmosphere, not atmosphere, but just professional setting and trying to just teach players because I feel like that's that's what I would want to do and I feel like that's what I'm called upon is just to teach people how to pitch and I feel like that's what I do the best.
Another fan question here. They want to know your favorite moment so far in your career.
Who I would I would say getting called up to Double A was pretty cool. I think I really wasn't expecting it, but just all the work that I put in and like what I was really trying to accomplish last year and me accomplishing it so early and so quick, I think it just kind of overwhelmed me and I was like, that's so cool that I was able to do that for myself and for my family as well.
We'll take two more here. Another fan question. They want to know your favorite music.
Country, easy,
Yeah.
easy, yeah.
You have a favorite artist?
Yeah.
I have multiple, but I wouldn't say a favorite because I mean they're so good. But I mean I can give you a top three without like not in order. I'd have to say I'd say Cody Johnson is one of my favorite, Co Wetzel, and then I'd say Colby Cooper.
Hmm.
If Colby Cooper does watch this, man, I hope he shouts me out sometime, man, because I heard he's a Yankees fan.
Oh, really?
And, yeah, and he lives in Tyler, Texas, dude. And if he does watch this, he does see this. Let's go golf, dude.
We'll tag him in it. We'll tag him in here.
It'd be so cool to go golfing with him, man. It'd be cool.
We'll tag him into the video when
Do it.
last another fan question here. We'll take one more fan question. They want to know, what's your most dominant pitch?
They tell me it's the fastball, but me personally, I think now it's my curveball. Like I think it whenever it's on, it's deadly, man. I don't think anybody can touch it.
Oh wow. Jason or Jeremy?
Love that confidence.
Yeah.
If you could tell us or tell the people 3 non-baseball things about Chase Hampton, we'd love to get to know you more as a person as well as a baseball player. 3 non-baseball things that you wouldn't mind sharing with us.
Yeah, I really enjoy to play the guitar, man. That's one of my favorite things to do off the field. That's where I kind of relax and kind of just do my own little thing, and kind of get away from the baseball world as well.
Acoustic?
Huh?
Acoustic or electric?
Acoustic, yes, sir.
Okay.
I really enjoyed like just downtime with my friends. Just being around them. Because they're my boys, and they just get who I am, and we have a great time just by being in the room together. We don't have to say anything. We can always just laugh at each other just by looking at each other. So I think that's a fun time. And then I really just like playing video games, man. I like to just relax. That's really my thing. I really like to just relax and do my own little thing. I don't really like to answer to a lot of people. I just kind of just go with the flow and just live life, man.
Nothing like having your ride or dies together that you can thing with and having and even if it's a half-hour day of Zen sanctuary quiet, peace and quiet. I have 3 dogs. So I take it full of. I don't get it very often, but I take it when I get it. So
yes, sir. Yeah, I get it often because I live alone here in Fort Worth. But whenever my girlfriend comes in and she likes to bother me and stuff, which is fine. But I usually take right after I work out, I usually take about 2 hours just to relax so I can get prepared for whenever she walks in the door. So
I can relate to it. Like if my wife's like, "Can you go get milk?" I'm out the door before she even finishes this. I'm going to get milk.
Yeah, it's the only 30 minutes you get to have. Yeah, I'll go. Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Take us through a day in the life of a Chase Hampton start day from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, every detail about your day?
Yeah, usually I'll probably wake up around like 10:30, and usually make myself breakfast, which is probably just like some eggs, some toast, some bacon, maybe some sausage if I'm feeling frisky. Um, Go get some coffee, kind of wake me up a little bit. And then I'll kind of just go up to the field, and I usually kind of relax, but I don't plan throughout the week. I plan the day of. And the reason why I do that is because I don't like to think about what's about to to happen. I would say I kind of like to think of it as my start day is my start day. That's the only day I think about baseball, right? So I usually get on my iPad, and we have you know our system or our portal that we go to, and I kind of write down whatever my plan for each hitter. So I'll just use uh, I'll use like Acuna's brother as an example from what I kind of wrote down. So I would just say like, I would use a fastball cutter for an attack count, try to get ahead early, try to use the fastball or use the fastball as much as possible down and away, and then use the slider as the out pitch. And then if I don't get there, then I try to go up and away with the fastball to get a swing and miss for the K. And then that's kind of usually just my thought process through all 9 hitters, and I write it down on a piece of paper, and then I kind of relax for about 30 minutes, listen to some music, and then we go into a meeting with our pitching coach, catcher, and our analytics guy, and then I basically just tell them my plan of the game, what I want to go, what I want to do, and they tell me like, hey, look for this. This is a guy who runs, kind of be quicker whenever he's on the bag. Just kind of that stuff, that general sense stuff before the game. And then after that, I have probably about maybe 45 minutes to get ready. So then I'll down a bottle of water or something just to get some water in me, and maybe a right stuff. Have you ever heard of that? It's kind of just an electrolyte thing. You kind of just so you're not tired, I would say. And then I would start stretching in the weight room. I would get loose there, kind of roll out there, kind of get the arm moving a little bit, and go outside and finally touch some grass for the first time, and get moving around out there, and then I start throwing. And then I mean the game is, I feel like the game either goes by quick or it goes by long when you're pitching. It just depends on like how you're doing, so I would say on a good day it kind of goes by pretty quick. You're kind of in there, you're kind of in and out. You feel like you're out there for a long time, but really you're only out there for maybe an hour and a half. And if it's a good day, I just go back in, and we do my arm care after the game, and I kind of just relax and go back out there and enjoy the rest of the game. And then I usually eat pretty bad after my starts just because I feel like I can. I'll probably go get a 20-piece from McDonald's or something like that and down it after. But I feel like I can. I mean, you just got done. You can always run it off the next day. So, yeah. I mean, I usually just go back, play some Fortnite, and go to sleep. It's usually how it went.
To follow up on that, have you noticed your routine change throughout the years from high school to college and now to the pros?
For sure, it's definitely changed. I never threw plyo balls until pro ball, so that was different. And then I would say like the preparation up to throwing has also changed as well. Like usually in college and high school, you would do a couple of these, and a little bit of those, and you start throwing, and then you're ready to rock. But I feel like now I have to get my body moving before I can even step foot outside and start moving faster. Because I mean, you just have to be prepared. It's a long season, and you have to get everything moving and everything loose when you're about to start throwing.
Do you have to be at the stadium a certain amount of time before the game? Does that change every level?
It kind of changes day to day. It just depends on what time the start is, what time BP is, and also if you have a lift that day as well, and if you have meetings too. So, I'll take you on a typical like normal day after. So like usually I would just show up at like maybe like 2:30, maybe 1:45, and just kind of dress out, go outside, and go throw with the first group and stretch out and everything, and then you're kind of just hanging out for the rest of the day there. But like on some days, I think Wednesdays were our late arrival days, and we would show up at like 5, and we would do stuff. Games at 7, we would show up at 5 o'clock. That was crazy, but I loved it. I loved Wednesdays. They were awesome.
Wednesday. So can you talk about tell our fans what was it like seeing the Texas Rangers finally winning their first World Series after 52 years? And obviously you're from Texas, but just talk about seeing them. And obviously it was an unusual World Series with the Diamondbacks and Rangers. But talk about their winning the first title for the Rangers.
Yeah, dude. The little kid in me was very happy. I'll tell you that. I was very, very excited. I was sitting right here in this chair whenever they won it, and I mean, I couldn't stop like jumping up and down, running around here because I mean, it was so cool to see. There in 2011 and 12, you would expect us to win at that time. We had the better team, and then this year it was just like it's a no-brainer. We have to win it this year. We do have the better team. We have the better staff. Like we have the better numbers. We should win it, right? So I think just seeing that and I was so excited, dude. It was awesome.
And by the way, you know why Wednesday's the best? Because it's Hump Day Wednesday. Wednesday's Hump Day, so
It is hump day. I'm excited for our Wednesday this week. I'm ready to start eating, man. I'm ready to start eating that Thanksgiving dinners.
you're gonna do you guys do pre-Thanksgiving meals also on Wednesday, and then Thursday?
Well, my dad and my mom are split, but they both remarried. So I usually have dinner with my dad on Wednesdays and then dinner with my mom's side on Thursdays.
Oh wow, okay.
The Yankees are known for having pretty high scale buffets before and after the game. Are you looking forward to taking advantage of that?
Dude, I've had some of that food in New York City, dude. I'm ready to eat it. I'm ready for it. It's so good over there, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just I really don't know, but man, it's some good food, man. It's a really good food.
My favorite steakhouse is in Brooklyn, New York. It's called Peter Luger's. And it's
I'll have to think about going over there one day.
Think about it. If you're ever here, I'll personally invite you and I'll take you there. If you're ever in New York.
Let's go. I'm down.
The best steaks you'll ever have. You're unbelievable. I think you gotta come with us too.
Yeah, definitely.
And Joe. All 4 of us will go.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll bring Tobias also.
Let's go. Let's go.
Chase, is there a stadium that you've always wanted to pitch in? Obviously, you're going to get the opportunity at Yankee Stadium, but is there any other besides the Yankee Stadium?
Oh, that's a good question. I feel like I haven't really pitched in any big stadiums really besides Globe Life.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wrigley would be pretty cool to pitch in, and Fenway as well. I got to witness Boston versus Yankees at Fenway one year, and that was a really cool experience. So I think pitching at Fenway or Wrigley would be really cool because they're just so historic.
Wow.
I was at that game in Fenway when Stanton hit those 2 moon shots.
Yeah.
I wish, man.
I don't think the ball's landed yet.
No, nobody hit any bombs that game. They won like 1-0.
Wow.
Tough game. They Red Sox walked it off too, and we left, man. We left before we even got to see the walk off, man. It sucked.
Have you been to the Yankee Stadium yet?
I have, yes, sir. I got to watch the Subway Series out there this year. It was actually really cool to see. Pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll be there when you pitch there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hopefully covering the team too. You would be some cover you guys have with the big league team. That'd be awesome. Right. So talk about for you. Just obviously you guys are in off season mode now, but when do you start back your like the in season type training, and when do you start? Obviously you're working out now, but when do you start like just focusing on the in season training? When do you start focusing on that?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already started just a little bit of it, but right now with APEC, it's more of like a strength segment that's going on. So like we're kind of just building up strength so we can endure that for a longer period of time. And here I bet in like in a couple of weeks or maybe after Thanksgiving, we'll start doing groups where we actually have like a throwing group, and then we start doing our baseball like pitching specific workouts to where we can get stronger in certain areas. And so whenever those start, man, that's kind of when I kind of ramp up and I start getting excited, because I mean that's when you start getting stronger and you start seeing a lot like a lot of strides that you're taking. You know, it's fun.
And tell our fans what's it like to have the big league players whenever they get injured. When they usually rehab, they come to Somerset. But what's it like for you guys to have the big league players around you during the rehab assignments at Somerset?
It's definitely pretty cool. I got to see Rendon pitch, and I got to have Harrison Bader there in the lineup for me as well, and playing behind me. It's really cool, you know, because you get to see what it takes. You know, how did they get up there, and you know, when you watch them, it's like, oh, that's why, you know, that, you know, they're that good, you know. So it's great. It's great to watch them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't cover the Rondon one because I was in Florida, but luckily, Julian covered it for me, so he gave me updates on the Rondon thing.
Yeah, that was a good start, man. It started raining too. That was crazy.
Yeah.
It started raining, and it started pouring rain, and I guess they kept going. Like he had to pitch in some terrible rain, but
Yeah.
he got through it. He threw really well.
If you weren't a pitcher, what position would you want to play?
I was pretty. I thought I was pretty good at first base. I feel like I could. I feel like I could definitely play first base and hit for power over there for sure. Definitely do it.
Go be the next Shohei Ohtani.
I would love to, man. I would love to hit again. Just because I know hitting's hard. Hitting's probably the hardest thing in sports. But a couple, like being a pitcher, I feel like I can definitely do it. You know, just from being on the pitcher side.
Yankees need some offensive help. Go call them up and say that you're ready.
I'm a righty, man. They might sign me. You never know. We need some lefties, man. We need some lefties in that lineup. Some power lefties.
You're speaking our language right now. I can't say. I mean, I don't want to get people in trouble, but I'll just say here, Juan Soto or Cody Bellinger would make sense.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would say, if that's what they really want to do and that's really what they need. I mean, I feel like I would be okay with it, but I really love where I'm at with the Yankees. So I mean, if they, I would hope they would like to keep me.
I hope we keep you because, like I said, I feel like you're the real deal, and you're a stud, man. Like I said, we covered you at Somerset. Right? We took some video clips of you, and you had some great stars when we were there, and you're the real deal.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Jason,
you guys represent like the next wave of pitchers that we hope to see here in the Yankees. And the Yankees, this is the first time in a while that the Yankees have had this many good pitching prospects at your level, and
yeah,
really exciting to see. Do you have any like particular pitching goals that you'd like to accomplish when you first get up here? So like to check this box, check that box, or whatnot.
Yeah, I think for me, I just want to be, a legit starter. Like anytime I roll out there, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get 6-7 innings out of me, and you're gonna get a guy who's gonna try to win the ball game just by on the defensive side. And when it comes down to that, it definitely takes experience for that and how to learn to do that. And so for me, I think I need to learn how to not get so worked up whenever they score runs. Like if they do score a couple runs, I need to keep it there at that. I don't need them to keep tacking on. And I think for me, I think it just keeps going in as, keep pitching in the game and keep learning how to pitch. Really.
That's I guess the chess part of baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a thinking man's game too.
It is.
You got to figure out how to navigate through certain situations. And I, as a diehard Yankee fan, doing it in New York is different. Like the environment in New York is different than any other place I've ever seen. So there's that amount of noise and like That's that energy and hostility. It's the combination of stuff. So I can see how it could be challenging keeping your composure on the mound during a really rough inning and how to get through it and stuff like that. So that's something
Yeah.
I appreciate when you guys do. Like, it's something.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to that, I think for me, man, I've honestly I've never done it, but I kind of would love it at the same time. You know, if I have a bad inning, I think I would love the fact that our fans are letting me hear it just because of the fact that they want me to do better and I should be doing better, you know? So I would kind of enjoy it in that sense. I mean, it definitely would hurt for a little bit because, you know, it's your fans, but then you would understand, like, they just want you to win and you
And
want to
they'll
win
let you
as
know,
well.
too. They'll be cheering you on the following at bat next innings. And they'll show you the amount of love too.
Exactly.
One of the things about the New York fans are special.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so before we let you go, two more things here. Score of tonight's Eagles Chiefs game, and do you have any messages for the Yankee fans?
Oh, well, okay. I'll say this: I got the Chiefs just because my boy Mahomes.
Mhm.
The
Go.
score though, man, I would go 21 Chiefs.
I think the over/under on that is like 45 points or something like that for that game.
I'm gonna go 21-17.
Ooh, wow.
Good defensive performance right there. These are
I'm
high.
gonna say a low scoring game, but